Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Chris, and I am here today for the Mini Kit Monday 20 Questions for 2020 YouTube tag. So I want to thank you for coming along and checking out my channel, and I just want to wish everyone a happy new year, and I'm excited to get this new year started and see what happens in the coming year. So I do have my my iPad below with all the questions that Becky put up for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started because it's 20 questions and I don't want to keep you guys all day, and I could probably talk and babble a whole lot. But let's go ahead and get started and see where we go. So the first question is, or I'm supposed to introduce myself, who am I, family, where do I live, etc. So I live in the United States, and I live in Illinois, northern Illinois, outside of Chicago. I have a husband for 35 years, 3 wonderful kids, a daughter and twin boys who are now adults, and then I have 2 grandchildren who I've been blessed with. So, and we all live in the area, so I'm very blessed to see them all the time. I came from a larger family, and so I do have contact with my sisters, and my mom and dad are still with us, so very lucky to have that. And the second question is, what motivates you to scrapbook? And that has to go back to my mom. My mom, growing up, was an only child, and she would spend a lot of time with her aunt and her grandmother, and they were very much into genealogy. And when her aunt passed away, my mom inherited, back in the day, one of those coat boxes that you used to get when you would buy a coat from the department stores, and it was full of pictures of family members. Some of them were tin prints, some of them were the cardboard kind. And she's taken years and years and years to try and figure out who is who and try and piece together the history of our family. I don't have the patience to do that, but you look at the money that these families would spend on and the importance of these photos, only for them to end up in a box under somebody's bed and having people not know who you were. So when the creative memories phase started 20 some years ago, I started scrapbooking, and I haven't looked back. I've done other crafts, but scrapbooking kind of ties in my love of paper and crafty stuff and photography and family, and it's just a hobby, I think, that bundles it all together. So it's one that I've stuck with. I've done the needlepoint and the crocheting and the sewing, but scrapbooking I've stuck with for over 20 years, and I can't see myself ever stopping. So that's why I started. The next question is, what type of scrapbooks do you use? And I use 12 by 12. I started out with the Creative Memories, hinged albums. I still have, I don't know if you can see some of them up there. I still have lots and lots of hinged albums. I have started using some of the D-ring binders a little bit, but I'm definitely love the 12 by 12. I never really got into digital. I like the feel of the embellishments, and when you're I'm very tactile, so that is what I like. The next one is, do you plan your pages? No, unless it's for like a challenge or something like that. I just sit down and start scrapping. And again, because I've been doing it for so many years, I think you find your style and what you like, and there's the go-to designs. Probably one of my favorite people is Shannon, and I like how it's simple, but you can take it to different levels. So I'm very much like a Shannon. I used to be a 2-page layout person, and lately I've been doing 1-page, and sorry, my nose is itching. So I do like that that style, and so no, I don't plan them out. It's just whatever happens, happens. Number 5 is, how do you file your scrapbook pages? Well, normally in a huge pile on my counter over here until they get in the books, and then I have them chronologically. with the exception of my grandkids each have a book for the first year, and then after the first year they go into the main. When I die, they can all fight over the albums. I'm not going to make specific ones. It's just showing my life and the chronological of my life. I used to scrapbook chronologically, and I found that I felt like it was a project, and now I just scrapbook what I feel like scrapbooking, and I fill in the blanks, and it seems to keep me motivated. I did for 2019 over 200 pages, and I think it's primarily because it's fun, not I need to get caught up. So I do keep them chronological in albums, but how I scrapbook them, they're all over the place. Question 6 is, what is your favorite scrapbooking topic? Everyday, kids, travel. I really don't have a favorite. I like them all. It really depends on the mood I'm in. I used to be a flight attendant, so I have a lot of pictures from international travels through work. I've done a few vacations with my husband and the family, so those are fun. But when I get burned out, I like doing the kids' pages, the weddings, the things. So I don't really have, again, it's more the mood, the feel of that day versus any specific topic. I don't think there's any pictures that I don't like to scrapbook. And then it asked, how do you find time to scrapbook? Do you scrapbook every day? Do you have to give something up to scrapbook, like for going cleaning to scrapbook? Oh, I love that. I have a husband who likes to clean. Well, I don't know if he likes to clean, but he does clean. So he helps out a lot around the house. So we share that. We used to camp on the weekends, and unfortunately last summer we had a sell our camper, but I used to camp or scrapbook on our deck at the camper. I have my own room, so when I can sneak up and get up here, I do. So it's just whenever I can squeeze in the time, feel like it. I could scrapbook every day if I wanted to. I don't. I like weekends or long days where I have nothing going on and I can just come up here and putz. And then I do go to retreats. So there's 4 of them that I go with friends. We go to 2 different locations. In fact, in January, we've got another one that's coming up. And so I do get a lot of pages done when I go to the retreats because it's just a whole weekend of doing nothing but layouts. So, but I do a lot in between as well. Let's see. Where do you shop for your supplies? Well, right now I'm on a spending freeze, so I'm not. I get them all over. I've gotten Creative Memories items. I've go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby. We do have a Tuesday morning, but it's a good hour drive towards Schaumburg in order for me to go there. So, but when we do, I go there. I like online, like scrapbook.com, but I also belong to the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. So with Christina Sorge, she'll curate a kit for you. Sometimes I do the warehouse boxes, things like that. But again, I'm on a spending freeze, with the exception with Christina. This 2020, what I'm having her do is I'm picking a paper pad that's in my stash, things like that I bought at Michael's or Tuesday morning, things like that. And I'm telling her what pad, and I'm giving her a picture of it, and I'm going to have her make me an embellishment kit so that I can try and bash the paper pads. So the next one that I have reached out to her to do will be Dear Lizzie's Fine and Dandy. Again, it was one that I got at Tuesday morning, so I've had it for a while, and it's kind of birthday related, but I have no idea what Christina is going to give me, and I want to see where I can take me, if I can stretch out and use it for non-birthday related items. But that's one of the things that I've given my exception for my spending freeze, and we'll see how long it goes. I have a full room of stuff, so I could scrapbook for a year and not use it all up. And that's what we're trying to do. Let's see. Did I get any Scrappy supplies for Christmas? I did get from my mom a Creative Memories tote bag. That was it. And then I bought myself a Scrappy gift. We went to the Michaels had their Hot Buy pads for $4.99, and then I had a 20% off of everything coupon. So I got 5 pads of paper for $20. So I thought that was a pretty good. So it was kind of my gift to myself or for my husband, if we wanted to call that. But yeah, I didn't get anything from family or friends or anything. And what are 3 Scrappy items, products you can't go without? I really like paper, love paper, paper. I have lots of pads of paper. I like ones that I can fussy cut out. So I do like a lot of the bigger hunky florals or things that I can fussy cut. I love my doilies. But again, there's nothing that I really can't do without. I can make do with anything. Again, if you started out in the Creative Memory days, they had Mrs. Grossman stickers and scissors. So we've come a long way and styles have changed. So I like it all. I just don't think I could go without scrapbooking. And let's see. Is there a product you will buy despite the expense? My ATG adhesive. I love my ATG. I do try and find it when it goes. It have the 50% or 60% off coupons, which I just did. I haven't tried Tape Jungle. I'm just afraid to do it because ATG just works so good. I don't want to necessarily try a cheaper brand. I've heard good and bad. So I think the expense would be on the ATG. And let's see. How do you feel about sketches and what's your favorite resources for sketches? I love them. I like using them, especially with the challenges that come up every once in a while. And I usually get mine on Pinterest, or if some of the Facebook groups are having challenges and upload one, I'll get them from there. But I don't use them all the time, but they are fun, especially when you're kind of in a creative funk and you don't know which direction. Even if you don't scrap lift the whole sketch, sometimes it just gives you a jumping off point, and then you can get the juices going to try and make your layout. Number 12. Oh, nope, that was number 12. Let's see, number 13. If traveling, do you take crafty projects with you? I have tried. It's a little bit harder. I tried scrapbooking in the car while my husband was driving. I got one of those little lap desk things, but our car was a little small. And again, when we would go to our camper, I would bring my stuff out there. I don't think for a big trip that I would bring stuff, but I have thought about it. So, I have. Let's see. Where do you stand on purging craft supplies? I don't. I have found I have stuff from the very, very beginning. I've thought about it, but I have found that I'm able to sneak in old stuff with new stuff and make it work. And no one that looks at my albums is going to know when I bought something. And I think the other thing that's good is because I don't scrap chronological, it mixes all together. So there's things that of different product lines, old and new, that are in my books, and they're all mashed together. So you really can't tell, other than the really beginning books that, use the decorative scissors and, again, the Mrs. Grossman's era. But no, I don't. I haven't. In fact, the only thing I've purged recently was I'm going through, I don't know if you can see right there is my scraps. And those drawers are heaping with scraps that I've had for 20 years. And I've gone through 3 or 4 of the 10 drawers so far. Didn't get rid of everything, but I got rid of like the little tiny pieces and things that I won't use. But I'm trying to get it to where that's a manageable level. So I did get rid of some of the little bits, but I also have a Cricut. So for me to go and throw a scrap on the Cricut and cut out a word or a letter, you can always use even the little stuff, or tucking it in, or making a tag. So I don't really purge a lot. I figure I've spent good money on this stuff, and I just try and find ways to excite myself to use it versus getting rid of it. Because to me, it's just that then you're just spending money. You're not. But I have to say that over the years, I've gotten more thoughtful about what I buy, especially like with the spending freeze that I'm on, because it used to be where I would go to the clearance section of Hobby Lobby and you would buy whatever it was that was on sale, or you would go to Tuesday morning and buy whatever it was because it was on sale, and it didn't necessarily meet with what your style was. And I think as you scrapbook and you figure out what your style is, there's things that you can walk away from now that you don't have to have, whereas before I always thought I needed to have. So there's less and less in my stash that I don't like. And again, I try and take some of the older stuff and incorporate it in, or the things that I'm not thrilled about, I match it with something that I'm excited about, and you find ways to use it. And one of the series that I'm doing, and I'm hoping to really roll out better, like once a week, is called Upstyle, where I'm taking the old magazines that I have in my stash that are like 15, 20 years old, and I'm taking those ideas and I'm trying to mix them in and make them more current. Well, along with using those layouts and those inspirations, I'm also using older product. And again, making something old look new, it just saves you money. So, no, I should. I have a whole pile of stuff that's a mess right now. You can't, I'm blocking the mess behind me, but yeah, I need to, do a good cleanup of the room. And I just have, right now I'm struggling with space, and so I'm not buying until I have space. And I refuse to, like, I have a futon right here and I refuse to get rid of it. I could and get a calyx unit or something over here, but I kind of refuse, because then it just encourages me to buy versus try and use and organize what I already have. So that was a long, sorry. Let's see. What other interests do you have outside of scrapbooking? My grandkids. It was camping. Like I said, the campground that we had our camper at kept jacking the prices up, and they got to the point where it wasn't reasonable anymore. So we did sell our camper. So it's going to be sad next summer. Be working on my yard and myself the next year. I do like to sew a little bit, and I do have other crafts and stuff. So, I like to read. I'm not to the level of like a Nicole Jones that's trying to read 200 books in a year. I'll be happy if I do 12 next year. But I don't mind doing that stuff. But I really, and I have my Cricut maker, so I do other like crafty projects, like shirts and other, I have the heat press too, so other vinyl projects and things. For Christmas I did pot holders, and inside the pot holder they had the pocket, where you put like a mitt but square, and I put the cake mix and spatula for everybody, and then it had the saying on the front of it. So I do stuff like that and gave it as gifts. So those would probably be my other crafty adventure, is all my vinyl. Why did you start your YouTube channel? Like I said earlier, I was a flight attendant for about 3 years in 2009 when the economy tanked, and I was working for a charter airline company that was moving U.S. troops around the world. And when you get to some foreign countries that don't have, English-speaking TV, you have to find something to do, and most of them would have Wi-Fi. So I would go on to Pinterest and dream about being at home scrapbooking, but I've discovered YouTube, and so I've probably been watching YouTube since then. And you just have the following. You have the Shamels, you Christina Storage, you have Moira, who is newer. Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. There's just so many people that I could name that I've been watching for years, and you almost feel like they're your scrappy friends that you go to retreats with, but they're on your phone or iPad. And again, I've been scrapbooking for 20 years. I when we go to retreats, I try and help people from the techniques that I've learned from watching YouTubers. And I really have wanted to give it a try. I didn't have the confidence. And the Freeze Gang, which was, we had Shannon and Sharon and Liz, and I'm going to probably forget somebody, Moira and Christy. They all know who they are, and I adore them. My whole Freeze Gang, there's like 19 of us. And I got brave and I showed them one of the videos, and they said, go for it. And I did. And so since the end of September or October, I've been doing it. And I'm almost to 200 followers, and I'm grateful for everyone that I have and the feedback. And it's just been fun sharing the hobby that I love. So not doing it for any other reason than to hopefully keep this craft going and inspire other people to do what we love. And if they have questions, help to teach, and it's just a wonderful community. I haven't met anybody mean. I haven't met anybody who has said a nasty word. My Facebook now is just all Facebook groups for scrapbooking, and I see pretty layouts. I don't see the mean political nastiness that's out in the world. So I'm trying to give back. So that's kind of the long and short of why I'm doing my YouTube. Do you prefer to watch longer videos or shorter? I like longer. I work where I don't have to do phone calls. I work for a major credit card company, and I'm in the operations department, so I just work on the computer. So I'm allowed to listen to music, and I can listen to videos. I can't have my phone turned around where I can see it for, security reasons for the privacy of our customers. So I will put mine, with wireless headphones in my drawer. So I don't want to hit skip the ads, or if I can put on an hour-long video, I can just sit there and listen. And I feel like I can listen to everybody without having to watch, and it drowns out the noise in the department. So I like the longer ones. And I watch YouTube now more than I watch regular TV. Let's see. Do you use your scrappy skills and stash to make gifts for loved ones? And yes, along with like making my pot holders that I did for Christmas. Over the summer, I made everybody in my husband's family, we went on a vacation together, and so all the gals got wine glasses that had something on it for them. And I've made t-shirts for the family for 4th of July. I make my mom every year a scrapbook calendar that then she can take apart at the end of the year and put into an album, and I haven't started her 2020, so she's going to disown me. I've got to work on that this week. But yeah, I do make it for gifts for people. I've used to make albums for people like as a wedding gift, and I have found that non-scrapbooking people don't appreciate the time and the effort that scrapbookers do for making things like albums. So like albums where there's a spot for them to put their own picture in, or for baby albums and stuff, I've kind of held off on that only because the people that there's a few that appreciate it, but there was a few that I don't think they understood how much money, time, and love are put into albums. So that kind of stuff I only still make for my mom or somebody that I personally know that would understand and appreciate the effort and the gift. Do you have any crafty goals for the new year? So I do. Every year I try and do 365 layouts. I have not done it yet. So it's back on the table again. and I think the highest I ever got was like 280. So we're going to see where we can go, and hopefully I can bust out some layouts again this year. I do want to get the YouTube going and kind of have a schedule, and I want to be part of, more of the collaborations and things like that. It's just fun reaching out and getting along with others. In fact, Mini Kit Monday have graciously invited me to be part of their group come February. I get to be part of their group, and so please come check it out and check out the lovely ladies from the Mini Kit Monday. Kathy, let's see, there's again, I'll probably forget somebody, but I follow all of them on YouTube, and they are just a wonderful group with great ideas. And so I will have their links down below. Make sure you check them out. I'll also have the link to their Facebook group. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And what you can do with that group too is that every month you go in and you post a picture of your mini kit, and then every Monday, you can do yours all at once, but every Monday they put a new layup up. So if there's 4 Mondays in the month, the first Monday is the kit share, and then they'll have 3 layouts after that for the following Mondays. So if you're going to participate, you don't have to have YouTube. You just go in and they have a folder for each month. You put a picture of your kit and then the 3 layouts in the folder, and then they pick one winner at the end of the month that they surprise with, whether it be a gift or a coupon, or they give away things. But what's wonderful about it is there are so many talented people that belong to the group that you can go into the past folders and get ideas for kits and see their layouts of all the people that have uploaded and get tons and tons of inspiration. So I highly recommend, if you haven't already joined the Mini Kit Monday group, go down to the link and join their Facebook group. You won't be sorry that you did. And again, it will fill your Facebook feed up with lovely layouts and not political stuff. And that was it for the questions. Again, I want to thank you. We're getting to the 30-minute mark, so I do apologize for the longer video. Please come back and check out my channel, and have a wonderful new year, no matter what your scrappy goals are, and show some love. Keep on the lookout for everybody. I thought there was going to be a hashtag, but hang on, let me see. I know the title is going to be Mini Kit Monday. There may be a hashtag. If there is, I know I've got a thumbnail for it, but if there is a hashtag, I'll have it in the description below, and make sure you follow along. I'll check with Becky and find out if they want to attach a hashtag with it, so that you can go and find everyone else who's participating. Thank you again. Thank you for the warm welcome to YouTube, and for those who are following. And you all have a wonderful new year, and we'll see you again at Mini Kit Mondays. Bye.